My sibling's words sliced through the crowded venue like a sharp blade. He called me his grubby little sister, with no proper career, no prospects, just someone who gets her hands dirty for a living. Over 200 guests in elegant attire all turned to stare. Glasses of bubbly froze halfway to their lips. I even heard a quiet gasp from somewhere in the room. There I was, dressed in my best dark pants and the elegant top I'd chosen just for this event, feeling my face burn as chuckles spread like wildfire. My brother lifted his drink with that familiar grin, right in the middle of his big achievement party, in front of everyone who meant something to him. The hardest part. Our mom gave that small, tight nod of approval, the one she always used when he put me down. Like she agreed, but was too refined to say it out loud. Let me explain how we ended up here. I'm Sarah Hale, 34 years old. To my relatives, I'm the family letdown who works outdoors with soil and plants. What they have no clue about is that I run Hale Design Group, a landscape architecture firm with 47 team members spread across 3 states. Last year, we brought in over $11 million. This year, we just secured a $4.2 million deal with the city to revitalize the Riverwalk area downtown. We've been highlighted in design magazines a couple of times. We earned a major national honor for the Greenwood Park overhaul. Yet to them, I'm still the messy sibling who messes around in mud. I never shared any of this with them, the earnings, the recognition, the reality that my payroll alone runs about $47,000 each week. I held on to this silly hope that someday they'd value me for myself, not based on some dollar figure. That perhaps they'd care about their daughter or sister without needing proof of success first. They never did. My brother Alex is 38, 4 years older and infinitely more self-assured. He's in finance, which in our household makes him untouchable. Mom has praised him as her pride and joy since his early days in the field. Holidays, birthdays, random chats, everything loops back to Alex's latest advancement, his fancy vehicle, his high-profile deals. And me, Sarah's still tinkering with her outdoor hobby. It's not a hobby, Mom. I've explained this countless times. I'm a certified landscape architect. I create outdoor environments, oversee builds, and led a business with heavy machinery valued more than Alex's home. That's sweet, dear, but when will you find something stable? You know, indoors, where you stay clean. I quit correcting her long ago. Certain fights just drain you. Or so I believed. Alex reached out 3 weeks before his major event. He insisted I attend, which immediately raised suspicions. He rarely includes me. I'm usually the awkward relative he avoids at his polished gatherings. His message was classic: this is a big evening for me. Important guests will be there. So try not to go on too much about your yard work, alright? I don't want any embarrassment. I nearly declined. I nearly fired back exactly what he could do with that invite. But deep down, I still care about him. Beneath the ego is the boy who built forts with me as kids, who helped me learn to drive. The brother I hoped would always stand by me. So I agreed, probably because I'm too forgiving for my own good. I spent days picking an outfit. Nothing overly dressy, or he'd tease me for overdoing it. Nothing too relaxed, or I'd be the unkempt one. I chose tailored pants, a soft ivory blouse, and the only comfortable heels I own. Walking into that grand space, I actually felt optimistic. Perhaps this time would be better. Maybe he'd present me respectfully, and I could enjoy regular conversations with people who didn't prejudge me. Then I realized where we were, the newly upgraded Grand Metropolitan Hotel, complete with its acclaimed outdoor patio, eco-friendly plantings, and unique fountain setup. I knew it intimately. My firm planned and installed every element. We wrapped it up 14 months earlier. There's even a marker near the water display crediting Hale Design Group, right in the entrance area. Alex had passed it countless times without noticing. I took a drink and sought a low-key spot. That's when I saw Mom arriving, heading straight for Alex with open arms. She embraced him forever. When she finally spotted me, I got a quick gesture and a glance that warned, behave tonight. Hello to you too, Mom. Great to hear you're well. My team's expanding. I added 3 new leads recently. But sure, let's focus on Alex's outfit. I was plotting my quiet exit when someone touched my arm. It was Mark Ellis, my former partner from 8 years back. The one who ended things because my planting gig wasn't serious enough. The guy who claimed I lacked drive and would never succeed. He'd had some hair work done since then. It looked unnatural, but hey, at least he wasn't the one seen as having let go. He greeted me like we were pals. I managed a polite response. Turns out Mark was a possible backer for Alex. Naturally, because the evening needed more complications. Before I could slip away, Alex tapped for attention and drew me closer with an arm around my shoulders. That phony grin wide, he announced to the crowd, "I'd like you all to meet my loved ones, my amazing spouse, my dear mom, and here's my grubby sibling." No serious career, no real prospects, just manual work. Laughter filled the space. Mom nodded approvingly. Mark nearly choked on his drink, which was the single bright spot. I stood there stunned, questioning how I'd spent decades caring for people who couldn't even fake respect. But constant underestimation teaches you things. You become observant. You learn patience. You spot details others overlook. Like how Alex kept glancing at his phone with hidden worry. How his confidence seemed forced. How he downed drinks quickly. Trouble was brewing. And one distinguished man in the back wasn't joining the amusement. He studied Alex intently. Our gazes met briefly. He lifted his glass ever so slightly in my direction. I didn't know him yet, but I soon would. If this has you hooked already, hit subscribe and drop a comment with your location and local time. I read them all. Thanks for being here. Back to that awkward moment amid the crowd. As the guests moved on, treating Alex's remark as light fun, I still felt its sting. To them, it was forgettable banter. To me, it echoed years of dismissal. My sister-in-law appeared nearby, sensing vulnerability. She mastered the backhanded compliment. She scanned my outfit and purred, "You look comfortable. Very functional for your line of work." Her gown likely cost a fortune. Her hair was professionally styled. "Appreciate it. Yours looks snug." She missed the jab, as usual. That was always a small win for me. The following hour tested my endurance. Mark kept appearing, offering unsolicited advice about switching fields soon. Mom pulled me aside twice to urge supportiveness over brooding. Alex strutted like he owned the world. Yet I observed more. His pitch was flashy but light on specifics, big promises, few hard figures. The acquiring team's leaders exchanged subtle looks during his talk, the kind signaling shared doubt. I understand business deeply. You don't grow a multi-million operation without sharp instincts. This crowd sensed Alex was overselling. Then I noticed something else. Dad sat near a window, appearing frailer than memory served. When had he become so slight? At 72, he'd always seemed solid. Now his clothes, draped loosely. Mom hovered, speaking sharply in hushed tones. He just agreed passively. I headed toward them when Alex blocked me. "Not now. Dad's okay. No scenes. I'm not causing one. I just want to greet him. Later. Mingle instead. Mark sees potential for you with basic clients, simple yard tasks. Good resume builder. I run a company, Alex. With actual credentials." He dismissed it. "You get my meaning, genuine roles." I followed, too shocked to resist. Basic tasks. While my firm had handled high-profile sites, Mark waited, ready to lecture on investments as I calculated how much of his funds I could acquire outright. Most, probably. He leaned in. "I always saw your spark. With proper guidance, like if you'd stuck with me, you could have achieved more." "I did achieve more. Without you." He chuckled, missing it entirely. "That's your issue, no vision for what real direction enables." I was ready to respond when my sister-in-law's voice carried from a nearby cluster. Discussing me loudly. "Sarah's nice, in her way. A touch naive. She digs for pay. I suggest better paths, but family ties, you know." The group chuckled politely. Mom was there. She didn't intervene, just gazed upward, sipping. A fracture formed inside me, not full break, but the start of one. I needed fresh air. I stepped onto the patio, my patio. The one my team crafted. Cool breeze, scent of blooming plants we'd selected. All this beauty was my creation, my achievement. No one inside realized. That's when the gentleman approached. Tall, silver-haired, effortlessly refined, his accessories spoke quiet wealth. Stunning design here, he noted, admiring the planters. Especially the fountain. Sophisticated. Thanks. He smiled knowingly. You created it, correct? Reminds me of Greenwood Park. Surprised, I asked how he knew. Because I follow the field. Your Greenwood effort earned a major award. Great feature in a design publication, Sarah Hale, head of Hale Design Group. He offered his hand. David Harrington. I shook it. Should that name ring a bell? Likely not. Semi-retired now. Decades in finance. I recognize your brother's style. My pulse quickened. How so? David glanced inside at Alex's charming guests. That overly bright demeanor. Your brother faces challenges. His operation is under review for improper practices. This event's merger. More survival move than advancement. He's positioning before details emerge. Disbelief hit me. Impossible. He's the family star. David's tone was compassionate yet firm. The probe has run months. I retain connections. His new group seeks to absorb quietly, unaware of depths, or perhaps hoping to contain. He added, they also seem unaware of your accomplishments. What about me? He nodded toward Dad. Your father appears unsettled. Has Alex assisted with his money matters? The fracture deepened. How did you? Instinct. When pressure mounts, some turn to trusted sources, like parents. He gave me his contact. Check discreetly. If my hunch holds, your brother's foundation is crumbling. Who falls with it remains to be seen. He left me amid my own creation, realizing my family views were likely illusions. Alex wasn't triumphant. He might be exploiting Dad. Sleep evaded me that night. David's card loomed like a warning. Review for improper dealings. The phrases echoed. Part of me resisted believing it. Alex was egotistical, belittling, cruel that evening, yes. Criminal. That stretched credibility. Then Dad's weary, bewildered expression returned to mind. Mom's impatience with him. My instincts, honed from years leading builds, screamed irregularity. When materials seem off, you sense it. When timelines hide issues, you feel it. My gut was alerting loudly. By morning, I headed to an active site. A serene residential garden in progress. Watching my team place elements grounded me. I parked my reliable older pickup, high mileage, minor dents, fully owned. It doesn't judge success. Unlike some relatives, sunrise bathed the area as I decided, uncover facts. I contacted David first. He picked up quickly, anticipating. I requested full details on the probe. Our talk spanned nearly an hour. He shared cautiously, only established facts from circles. Enough to confirm, Alex's group had manipulated records, overstated gains, concealed shortfalls. Authorities had built evidence for nearly a year. Alex faced real exposure, not mastermind, but involved sufficiently for consequences. David noted, family aspects are outside my view. But patterns emerge. When cornered, they seek escapes from closest sources. Like Dad. Gratitude expressed, I disconnected. Then observed my team position stones precisely. Next actions crystallized. Alex had dismissed me forever. He saw me as the simple sibling who got fortunate with a modest venture. He was unaware of the storm approaching. I began gathering intel. Phoned Dad casually. Conversation flowed ordinarily at first, his tomatoes, weather. Probed gently about recent money discussions. Tone shifted. Alex manages it now. Said consolidating simplifies higher yields. He holds authority. Yes. Mom thought best, with age. Authority over Dad's assets, unmentioned to me. Call ended pleasantly, but I immediately reached my counsel. Laura Chen, my firm attorney for years, brilliant at safeguards. Outlined suspicions. Long silence. Sarah, if accurate, this qualifies as senior exploitation. Criminal. Proceed cautiously, false accusation risks ties. True finding. Potential incarceration. Aware. She suggested a trusted investigator for financial cases. Contacted him promptly. Direct. No nonsense. Details needed, drama spared. Suspect sibling draining Dad. Require evidence. Initial findings in 2 weeks. May dislike results. Prepared, or thought I was. Meanwhile, I researched independently. Learned Dad's long-owned home now carried a recent $200,000 encumbrance. Hands trembled ending that inquiry. Also noted Alex's target firm, reputable, thorough in vetting. Extensive checks standard, either incomplete, or info withheld. David retained influence. Wondered his reach. Days later, visited parents, not confrontation, assessment. Findings chilled. Dad deteriorated noticeably. Mixed up days, meals. Mom overrode, treated him childlike. Brief alone time. Queried funds directly, eyes clouded. Alex assures it's good. Handles details. Account balances. Unsure. Even institutions unknown. Alex manages. Repeated trustingly. Left tearful, enraged. Alex exploited Dad's faith, vulnerability, for personal gain as his world unraveled. 2 weeks on, investigator reported. Worse than feared. 2 years, $340,000 shifted to Alex. Unauthorized home loan. Cashed policy for mom's benefit. Over $500,000 taken. Dad's decades of careful saving, gone. Fury mixed with grief. Viewed my thriving firm from office window. 47 reliant staff. Multi-million deals. Reputation forged through effort. Alex never earned similarly. He appropriated. But no longer. Contacted Laura. David. A past connection from federal project, FBI financial specialist. Alex assumed superiority. Lesson incoming. Following weeks, intense focus. Rivaled peak project management. Created evidence board at home. Reports, timelines, records. Cat protested document coverage. Ignored feline concern. FBI contact reviewed material. Pause indicated gravity. Separate from corporate case, senior exploitation. Coordination possible. Careful execution needed. Avoid alerting. Risk flight, evidence. Loss. Suggested controlled setting. Recalled Alex's planned celebratory meal, with partners. Proposed precise location, date. He listened. Elaborate. Became ultra-supportive sibling. Congratulated merger. Sent sister-in-law blooms. Suggested family gathering. Mom warmed to idea. Alex thrilled. Rare direct call. Pleased you're maturing. Event key. Partners attending. Family impression vital. Assured cooperation. Unmentioned. David's attendance. He eagerly joined. Long awaited such reckoning. Also subtly alerted merger contacts, prompting scrutiny. Ensuring readiness to distance. Venue. Upscale spot I'd consulted on, earned perks. Coordinated timing with authorities. Plainclothes presence. Subtle approach post-signal. No spectacle. First, secured Dad. Reviewed personal holdings. Firm valued highly. Personal assets substantial, yet felt grounded. Driven old truck, practical clothes. Purpose, creation, beauty from effort. Now leveraging resources to restore. Established care fund. Cleared false home debt. Arranged protections. Post-resolution. Dad safe, mom supported. Alex accountable. Eve prior, Alex phoned, strained. Needed favor, no questions. Loan, $50,000. Quick repayment. Sensed fear. Golden child faltering. Feigned consideration. Significant sum. Know you've managed well with your venture. Some reserves. Even begging, condescending. Mole it. Discuss tomorrow. Profuse thanks, novel. Disconnected, cat comforting. Tomorrow shifts. He anticipated aid from underestimated sibling. Received reckoning. Venue glowed softly. Elegant attire. Arrived composed. Alex greeted distractedly. Appearance acceptable. Money thoughts. Later, family focus. Frustration flashed, masked. Private area filled. Merger leads, professional pair. Sister-in-law sparkling. Mom poised. Dad bewildered yet content. Mark present, persistent. Approached instantly. Cleaned up well. Nearly unrecognizable sand soil. Reciprocated on hair. New procedure. Advanced. Indeed. Toast time. Alex rose, polished delivery. Grateful attendance. Merger milestone. Proof diligence rewards. Surrounded by valued ones, spouse, mom, incoming colleagues. Glanced my way. Even sibling appreciating true achievement. Manual versus intellectual labor. Mind superior. Laughter. Mom proud. Others complicit. Sipped calmly. Continued praise. Hands trembled subtly. Partners glanced meaningfully. David observed patiently. Raised glass. To future. Echoed. David interjected. Prior. Item for partners. Presented dossier. Alex paled. Interruption. Preliminary review, prompted recently. Suggested deeper look. Leaders examined. Expressions shifted. Shock. Discrepancies. Irregularities. Alex protested. Outdated. Errors. Current solid. Further reading revealed patterns. SEC issues. Silence descended. Phone rang. Alex answered frantically. Pallor deepened. Authorities at residence. Warrant. Looked around. Noted new arrivals. Professional pair. Alex Hale. FBI. Questions on fraud. Fund misuse. Step outside. Also elder abuse warrant. Unauthorized paternal transfers. Dad stirred. Confusion. Mom stunned. Sister-in-law motionless. Alex accused me. Orchestrated. Rose steadily. No, you did. Ensured exposure. Detailed thefts. Exploitation. Warned partners. Accessory risk avoided. Mom, prioritized perceived success. Dismissed my accomplishments. Multi-million firm. Awards. Sought love unconditionally. Denied. Humiliated. Stole from dad. Agents escorted. Looked back. Mask gone. Small. Frightened. Felt sorrow over joy, but relief. Truth revealed. Sister-in-law bolted. Seeking counsel. Separation. Mark stunned. Near investment loss. Queried my status. Farewell. Comforted dad. Apologies. Unnecessary. Handling now. Always reliable one. Chaos ensued. Mom tearful. Partners departing. David composed. Outside, Alex entered vehicle. Era ended. Month on. Oversaw major civic install. Dawn light, fresh soil scent. Crew finalizing fountain. Arcs shimmered, rainbows formed. Cheers. This legacy, enduring beauty, trusted team. Alex shuffled illusions, created nothing. Lost all. I shaped lasting joy. Muddy yet fulfilled. Call came. Next big opportunity. Viewed worn boots, capable hands. Some belittle. Miss unstable ground. Answered smiling. Sarah Hale speaking. How may I assist? Thanks for joining. More captivating tales await. Choose one. You'll enjoy. Until next.